Welcome to my channel, Aqualuna73, and Taurus, it is a reading for you. This may resonate with some Tauruses, not all. Please remember, time is fluid. This could resonate now at a later stage in your life, or it could have already occurred. Please remember that all the we have cycles in life, and every lesson has some sort of karmic cycle that we have to go through. Okay. Anyway, thank you to those people who liked, shared, and subscribed and viewed the readings. I really appreciate it so much. I think I already have over 1,000 views, but I don't have a lot of subscribers. So I would really like it if you could just forward, like, and share and subscribe, because I'm doing this because I felt a pull to do this. Okay, so let's start your reading, Taurus. Okay, let's. What do you want Taurus to know today, universe, ancestors, cosmic mother and father, source, whatever you resonate as to my viewers? Oops, I'm not going to take that card. Oh wait, maybe I should. It fell out. So I'm going to take it as an extra card. Okay, let's start. Okay, I'm going to put this card that fell out aside. I'm also doing a Celtic cross for you today, like I did for Gemini the other day. I decided that I wanted to do it this way because that I feel that if you do a Celtic cross, you should at least allow 6 months to pass for an energy to play out. Okay, because at the bottom of the deck is the Temperance card. Okay, and now I'm going to draw an oracle card. Land Sky Oracle as previously, as the previous readings. Okay, this is what came out for you today, Taurus. It says karma, not karma with a R, but karma with a K-A-M-A, and at the bottom it says beauty. Okay, so wait, just hold on a second. This specific deck, okay, I'm not going to get the boxes too far. This specific deck, when I look at this card and it says beauty, this specific deck covers the 8 limbs of yoga, okay, and karma represents, what does it represent? I have to go look now. What does it represent? It's karma represents beauty. Okay, can you just hold on? I'm going to have a look here. Okay, it says qualities, intentionality, and allure. Okay, it's an aim. Along the path, it contains the colors blue and purple. They represent the chakra wheels of light in the throat and third eye center. I have something somewhere. I have to find it first, okay? I don't have time to do it now because I'm busy with the reading. So, there are four, it's not just karma, I think there are four types of life strategies that you have to follow in the Hindu religion. Okay, karma is one of them. It is about your psychological state, and it represents your psychological, the specific karma represents your psychological state, love, pleasure. Okay, so this reading could represent something to do or something that you need to address. Uh, um, that has to do with your psychological state, love and pleasure. Okay, we'll get into that later. But there are others. There are another three. I know of that in the Hindu religion. Okay, so you just need to give me some time. I just need to get to that. So you start off the reading with a Fool card. Like I said, at the bottom of the deck is a Temperance card. You start off the reading with a Fool card. I get the distinct feeling with this card that, and with this Temperance card being at the bottom of the deck, Taurus, is almost like there's something that you need to strike a balance in your life. There's something that you need to strike a balance in your life. You are on a current journey embarking on something new, Taurus. Okay, with this card. I get the distinct feeling this is the current energy that you're in, and this in the Celtic cross is your present situation. Okay, you are in the current energy of embarking on something new, but I get the distinct feeling that friends and family are influencing you a great deal in this move, but not in the way that you want it. It's almost like you don't feel supported by your environment. It doesn't necessarily have to mean your family. It could be your immediate environment as well. You embarking on something, but you don't have the support of your friends or your family. The dark also today represents to me the oblivious state that we sometimes in when we embarking on a journey. It's almost like blind faith that we sometimes take when we pursue something, not knowing where it may lead. Okay? But I get the distinct feeling that you don't feel supported in this environment that you're currently in. Okay? I don't know what that may be. You know your life. Okay? Oh, why can't I pick up this card now? The second card is the Ace of Wands. And this is the obstacles and your opposing forces. And when I look at this here, there's a lot of wands in this reading. There's a lot of wands here, Taurus. So it's almost like this full thing, you want a full journey. So it's almost like your mind is made up. It means that you're definitely moving in a direction, or you want to seriously move in a specific direction. But because of a hostile environment, I feel it's almost like I get a distinct feeling you have a hostile environment. As I said here with the Full card. I don't know why I get that feeling. It's almost, it could be the hostile environment that you're feeling. It doesn't necessarily mean that it could be from from other people. It could possibly be situations or circumstances or a stagnant feeling, okay, that you have. You almost like you feel something is holding you back. I don't know. Or it could be, seeing that it's an opposing force, it could be a mental, it could be a mental thing also that's holding you back. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the influence of other people. Aces represent fertility. It represents great creativity and beauty and abundance. It's an amazing card to get in your reading. But somehow I get the distinct feeling that you're being held back. If you look at the Temperance card here at the bottom of the deck, when I look at the cards here, you will see here that she has almost like if you look closely, it's like she has a red stripe or a mark coming from her mouth to her heart. Okay, and then there are these two cups, and she's pouring water from the blue cup to the red cup, and not one drop is spilled, which means temperance means balance. It means striking balance. It means, to me, it's almost like, when I just told you that if you look closely here, you will see there's almost like antennas coming out from her shoulders, and then there's this red stripe coming from her mouth to her heart. And when I look at this, it's almost like you have to connect. Okay, I'm going to say it the way I get it in my head. You have to connect your heart and your mouth. In other words, your heart and your mouth should contain the same message. I don't know where. Your heart and your mouth should contain the same message in order to strike balance in your life, in order to convince or or go into the direction where you want to go. Okay, your mouth and your heart has to work together. It's almost like there's an imbalance in your heart chakra. Your heart chakra and your sacral chakra. Okay, your sacral chakra doesn't necessarily represent your sexual, because when you talk about the sacral chakra, the first thing that people think about is sexuality. Okay, that doesn't necessarily. It also represents creativity. So it could indicate that you have an imbalance in your head and in your heart. Okay, so, well, that's the feeling I get with this. Okay. And it's almost like if you create that balance, the two have to work together in order for you sorry, I have to go that side. Uh, um, the the antennas represent to me communication. It's almost like how can I say? Your heart has to communicate in the right way, and your heart and your mouth has to communicate together. I'm going to get you that karma. I mean that. Hindu for spiritual thingies that I spoke about. Okay, the next card is the Knight of the Knight of Wands. And like I said, the previous card is your obstacles or opposing forces. The opposing force could, like I said, could be stagnation, etc. And a Knight of Wands, court cards, please remember, are represented by people. Okay? This could be you, Taurus. This could be you. This could be the energy that you're currently in. Or it could be a type of characteristic that you need to embrace. But this is what I get today. Wands represent movement. The Knight of Wands is represented by a young man, fiery in nature, fiery in nature, passionate, lustful, action orientated, but also impulsive and volatile in their decisions, which means this person is compulsive in their behavior. They act without thinking, basically, which makes the personality volatile. And see what I just spoke about here, the heart and mouth. Okay. Okay, the distinct feeling I get, Taurus, it's almost like, I mean, sometimes we act out of ego, okay, especially with people who I almost want to say piss us off, okay, excuse, throw away the key, I just read. It's almost like if somebody makes you angry and then you react instead of, instead of moving back and just contemplating a situation before you act, okay? Okay, I just hold up the card so that you can see. Okay, the next card is the Four of Wands. Okay. The next card is the Four of Wands. Okay, which card is 1, 2, 3, fourth card is influence passing away. So this is the influence that's passing away, Four of Wands. And what I get from this card is represented by Scorpio. Okay. I want you to look closely at the card before I explain it to you. This person in this card, Taurus, is masterful at something. It's almost like this person is masterful. I don't want to say, but it's masterful at manipulation. That's what I get from this. Okay. They're masterful at manipulation. I'm not suggesting any Scorpio is masterful. This card is represented by Scorpio, and when I look at it from the perspective when it's represented by Scorpio, this man, he is a conductor of an orchestra, okay, and he can take the elements and all his skill, and he can orchestrate and turn this one-man orchestra or this one man that's standing here with the violin playing. He can actually take that, and with his skill, because he has many conducting hands, he can manipulate the energies, in other words, to it's almost like when you look at Scorpio, Scorpio is also represented by the phoenix rising from the ashes. And a Scorpio is also represented by the death god, okay? And death and rebirth, okay? So Scorpio is someone who can recover from something very diligently. It's all they're very resilient people, extremely resilient people. They can face anything and they can come out, and regardless of what it is they're going through. Like it can be a very devastating situation. They have the tendency to come out of it with like flying colors. That's why they also represented by the phoenix rising out of the ashes. Okay, so what this conductor, which is the Scorpio, represent is his many skills of manipulating the energies of life in order to rise and orchestrate things so that it can yes, he can orchestrate things in order so that it can turn in his favor, basically. Okay, but today this card represents to me something. If you look at the opposite side or the negative side of this, okay, is someone who is a manipulative figure, someone who can orchestrate on a great scale in order to get what they want. Okay, this is what I pick up with the card today. You will see there in the background, there's almost like a field that's checked, almost like a chessboard, which also indicates that this person is good at gameplay. They're masterful at gameplay. So I said this is a fourth card. It's the influence passing away. So the distinct feeling I get from this is, if you look at the Knight of Wands too, as someone who is impulsive, someone who is volatile in nature. So if this is the influence passing away, it could be that I don't know, you were possibly manipulative in the situation, or, okay, I'm just picking up what I'm picking up. And you're passing and you're leaving this behind because this is the energy passing away. You will look at these, it's almost like a barren tree, and then these this distorted shadow. And this distorted shadow also displays the shadow side of this card of and the barrenness that a situation could cause if we don't address it. Okay, I get the feeling of barrenness in this card. The next card is Three of Wands, and this may come. This is the influence that may come. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm looking at my phone here. I have a message. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, okay, I have sinuses and allergic stuff, so please excuse me. I constantly have a blocked nose too. And I don't have COVID, don't think that I suffer from allergies. Okay, Three of Wands. Foresight is what comes to mind. Okay, let me just check this message quickly. Okay, foresight. Okay, it's not that important. Foresight is what is not, sorry about that. I was just checking a message. It's my kids, so I was checking if it's important. This is someone who seeing that you're passing away, seeing that this type of energy is something, this could possibly be something that you, a characteristic that you're working on and that you're trying to overcome. Okay, and it's not something that you need to feel ashamed of. We all have issues, Taurus. It's no big deal. Okay, uh, it's a big deal if you harm others with it. Yes, it is a big deal, but and it's okay to make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and if you learn from it and you're willing to be humble about the situation or whatever the case may be, I don't know what this is, then you're going to be okay, because we tend to make a fuss about a lot of things, and all we need to do sometimes is to just adjust our behavior, adjust or work on a certain characteristic. I can remember in a previous reading, okay, that I said, I can't remember which reading it was. I can't remember what it was for. I spoke about this book that I read, A Wrinkle in the Sun, where this entity or this godlike figure tells the girl in the book that we all have negative traits, or traits that we consider negative, okay, but that same traits that we consider negative are the same traits that are going to propel us where we need to be in life. So we need to see the positive side. For instance, stubbornness, perseverance. In your case, to me, you look like someone who is with this card. When I spoke about the manipulative tendencies, somebody who is charismatic, positive side of this, charismatic. He can convince people to do things. He has influence. Okay, so you can use it to your advantage, but use it in a good way. Okay, don't use it to harm others. Use it in a positive way to build yourself and to build others. Okay, and then Three of Wands. It's almost like this woman here, she's playing a cello, and then you will see there's a blue and pink guitar, and in the horizon in the background there's almost, yeah, there's a horizon in the background, and she has a poster. This is someone who is, I see this as foresight, is someone who's working, who is diligently working on a skill, and they're honing that skill, and while they're honing that skill, they're working on it's almost like, this is almost like an ad for when she finishes her um it's almost like this. God, yeah, I just spoke to you about this masterful skill of gameplay. You should hold it in the right way. Use it in a productive way. Okay? And when I spoke about the temperance card of your heart and your mind, And I said we sometimes impulsive and we say things or do things before we, it's almost like we react. For instance, if somebody makes us angry, we react instead of stepping away and then responding in a calm way. Okay? I don't know what this is that you need to exactly that you need. I'm just saying what I'm picking up in the cards. So this is possibly what the universe trying to tell you is, this is possibly when you look at this temperance card and this here, it's almost like the universe is trying to tell you that you need to balance something. Your karma is your, like I said, your pleasurable psychological state, pleasure and love. I don't know why I get the distinct feeling that there is something that you need to address in your character, and this same specific characteristic is the same characteristic that could potentially propel you in the direction that you need to go, Taurus. Okay, this is what I get from this reading. Okay, the next card is the Hangman card. You will see here this hangman here. In the ordinary tarot, the hangman is like hanging from a pole, but this one here is like hanging loosely and there's a snake there, which means this is not someone who is imposing a state on himself. It's not. I think this is someone who is limited in their thinking. It's almost like look closely to the card. It's someone who is limited in their thinking. It's almost like someone who has a lack of spiritual conscientiousness. Yeah, lack of spiritual conscientiousness. This is what I get. Someone who is limited in their thinking, a lack of confined in their mental state by this lack of spiritual conscientiousness. It's almost like I said here with the Temperance card, the heart and the mind need to work together. Taurus, it's almost like I get the distinct feeling that because we react when people make us angry, we tend to say things we regret. I don't know what. I'm not sure what is going on here, okay? I'm not sure what's going on here. Like I said, this hangman, I get the distinct feeling it's almost like you were in this mental state. This hangman today indicates to me a lack or mental state that you're in, a lack of spiritual conscientiousness. It's almost like I said, you react instead of, for instance, when you don't agree with someone about something. We live in a world. Oh, light bulb moment. I shared a few months ago. I like to share quotes and stuff. I shared a quote a few months ago on my business page um, about, I think it's a society that we're living in, and that one of the main things how we create civilization is when we create uh, environment, we allow people to be themselves. In other words, we can speak our truth, but we also have to learn to be conscientious towards others so that they can speak their truth. Okay? And we should not force our truth onto others. It doesn't mean you cannot be true to yourself, but if your truth at the end of the day boils down to being hurtful and harmful to others, where you insult people, where you degrade them, for instance, people who don't believe in the same things that you do, this causes imbalance in your life. Okay? And like I said, this manipulative or whatever this is, that characteristic that you need to work on, is something, like I said about the wrinkle in time, that you can use, because it also indicates somebody who's charismatic, who can attract people, who can convince people, but someone who is a leader, someone who can use the skill instead of using it for his own selfish purposes, use it to help himself and propel himself forward in life, but also to help others. Okay, next card is the Osiris card, and this is the Emperor card, represented by Aries, Mars, you. This is you. I get the distinct feeling this is you. This is Osiris represents mankind. Osiris represents mankind fulfilling its potential. This is what Osiris represents. Mankind fulfilling his potential. And you will see Osiris is represented by technology. Do you see the walkie-talkie? He has the world in his hands. There's a television at the bottom. And then there's a web, which indicates connection, communication, internet, technology, and using that technology to your advantage. It's almost like somebody, this could be someone who's a public speaker, someone who uses technology. It could be the internet or social media or whatever to bring across the message. Okay? You will see there's a city in the background. This is the city that Osiris rules. He rules the city. He's the ruler of the city. He's the ruler of technology. He's the ruler of, I almost wanted to say he's the ruler of this deck, but it is Lilith and Osiris are the prominent cards in this deck because it appears on the booklet as well. So, like I said, you can use this, but use it in a good way. Use it in a productive way. Use it in a way that will enhance others. Make others feel important, not only yourself, but also others. Knight of Cups is the next card. Okay, did I say what the Osiris card was? The Hangman card was what will come. This is what will come. And then the Osiris card is what? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What will come? Situation. Your power in a situation. Isn't this beautiful? Oh my God. Like seriously, Taurus. Look here. This is amazing. Wow. You see, the thing is this. If you use your power productively, you can create amazing things in a positive way. Okay. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th card. Yes, this is what makeup. I mean power. in a situation. This is 6 card, what will come. Okay, and then this is your 8th card. Other people. Outside influences. Sorry about this, I have a paint blast on my shoulder. It's coming loose. Anyway, this is also you, Knight of Cups. Oh, this is so beautiful, Taurus. You will see there in the background there's like a seahorse coming from the water, but it looks like a skeleton. In many shamanic practices, native practices, the seahorse is considered as a good luck charm. And this Knight of Cups is somebody who brings beauty, light, love to the people that he cares about. You see, he's a very melancholic figure. And the reason why he's melancholic is, you see all the hearts on his pants. This is someone who can take all his life experiences and he carries it in that cup. But it's not like he carries it in his cup with resentment or that it's a burden. It's almost like he wants to, I almost want to say water the world, but water represents your emotions. It represents your psyche. And the Knight of Cups also represents someone who is very much into his spiritual side, very much into his emotions, and understands his emotions and can use these emotions in a very productive way in order to draw in people and make them understand the beauty and the intensity and the subtleties of life. Okay? Possibly through words and communication. He finds his inspiration in the ethers because he's looking up, and he presents it to the world, all his teachings and all this beauty and all this substance that comes with it. Okay. Okay, last card, 9th card is the 3 of Cups. Okay. And the 3 of Cups today, Taurus, just look closely. The 3 of Cups today represents okay, sorry about this, is another message. Okay, the 3 of Cups represents sorry, it's my daughter. This card represents beauty. This is your hopes and your fears, mind you. Sorry, I forgot. This is your hopes and your fears, okay? I I don't know. This cup represents. Oh, this is such a beautiful. I mean, this card, not this cup. This card. This is so beautiful, gorgeous card. Don't you think so? Your hopes and your fears, Taurus. Your hopes are your hopes are the same as your fears. You will see this is male figure. He represents the spiritual aspect of this card, and then there's the passive woman aspect, and he's looking at her with admiration, and it's almost like can just hold on a second. I'm just trying to pick up on the card. Okay. You see her hair is braided, but it looks like a fish, which means she is very creative in her thinking, or possibly very spiritual in her thinking, and he's looking at her with admiration. Okay, and she also has a triangle there at the top, which means she also represents spirituality and a spiritual aspect. It could be that you fear you lost something. Okay, this you could, because of this cup that's spilled over in the picture. There's a cup that's spilled over, the water is pouring out. It could be that you have this fear that you lost something, but you also have this innate hope that you just still have this type of hope. I don't know. But Three of Cups also represents third party situations, Taurus. I'm not saying that you're married, third parties, or that there's a affair going on. Third party situations could include anything. It could be people that are interfering with your life, or people, for instance, you probably, for sometimes third party situations also indicate it could be lawsuits too. It could be a situation where you in a relationship with someone and somebody else is interfering with the relationship. Do you understand where I'm asking? Why am I asking? Do you understand where I'm going with this? I get the distinct feeling 3 is a crowd with this card. I don't know why. I just get the distinct feeling of 3 is a crowd. And then the third party. It's almost like there's an interference of some kind, somewhere, in your hopes and fears. Someone, a person, a friend, friends, or family, I don't know, okay? That's interfering in a situation, or an outcome of a situation, possibly, I don't know. This is followed by the Lover's card. Sorry. I'm sorry about the interferences with my daughter, okay? I know it made the reading very long. Last card is the Lover's card, which is represented by Gemini. And you will clearly see here, this man in this card, he needs to... The Lover's card in Gemini represents... I'm going to give you all the explanations. It represents what it says here, the Lovers. Okay? It represents divine female and divine male counterpart. I'm not into this twin flame. I don't believe in that stuff, but this is also what it represents. And it also represents someone who needs to make a decision. It's almost like you will see there's this older woman. She represents tradition and as older archetypal archetypal of woman, okay? And she represents a modern type of woman, and he needs to choose between the two. It could be a person, it could be a situation, okay? A choice that you need to make, and this is your last card, okay? Excuse me, I just want to see if I can find that booklet. I just am looking for the booklet so that I can find the other spiritual stuff that I talked about earlier with the karma. But I'm going to, when I post it, I'm going to. So this is the final outcome, okay? This is the final outcome. So you need to make a choice about something. I don't know what it is that you need to choose. It could be between old traditional beliefs and a new way of thinking. It could be between friends and family. It could it could be anything, but you need to make a choice, and this is your final outcome. Okay, this reading is over 50 minutes already. Taurus, this is your reading. I'm going to put this stuff in the description box. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.